everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, make sure to subscribe for more content like this. And in today's video, I have another audition tutorial with me here today. We're going to be doing PNATION's new audition, and although it isn't quite new, I just wanted to make a new audition tutorial on it as they have uploaded a new FAQ, and a lot of you guys were suggesting it, so I was like, why not? So for more audition tutorials like this, make sure to check out my playlist right here, and let's get on with the video. Okay, so currently we are searching up PNATION Audition on Google, and like, is that me? Like right above the actual video? That's so funny to me. Anyway, we're going to go on to the first thing that pops up, which is the official website. And you should firstly change the language to English, so just kind of scroll down, and this little ribbon should pop up that says English, so change it to English. I might add, this site is pretty slow. I'm not sure if this is just me. I don't think so. It's taken a few times to load, so I had to like go in there and then try it again. So just letting you guys know, it's probably not like your Wi-Fi's problem. And then next we're going to go on to Audition. And then it plays this video from Psy himself. And are we still not on English? Hello? I actually think I recall the English translation not working last time either, but don't worry, it's pretty simple. So it says the time period of when you can apply, it just says ongoing, and as it says in the FAQ, which we will be checking out a little bit later. So the main reason why you guys suggested me to do this video recently is because they uploaded an FAQ, and so that's kind of like confirming that they're still taking in auditions. But anyway, back to this thing, the categories is vocal, dance, rap, and then acting, and then music producing. And this is for anyone, and it doesn't matter what your nationality, your gender, or your age is. So what you need to send is 1 to 3 minutes of vocal, rap, dance, or of acting. So it can be a video or an audio file. I recommend that you always do a video, and then also include the application form, and then send it to this email right here, which is audition@pnation.com. And then they will individually contact you if you do move on to the next step. And so let's just download the form now. I always recommend that you do this on a laptop or a computer. Okay, so I opened it up, and it does provide an English translation here. So it says name, sex, date of birth, height and weight, school/occupation. So for school, you should say like what grade you're in, and possibly even what school you go to. And then for occupation, pretty straightforward, what you do. And then for categories, just check the one you're going to do. So vocal, rap, acting, dance, and music producing in that order. So you have to check the box. And then you have to write your address, your cell phone number, your email, your social media accounts, and then any career, self-introduction, talent, audition experience, awards, and more. If you want to know more about introductions and what you should include, although this is a written one, so it will be a little bit different, but anything like what you should include in an introduction is explained in those 2 videos. So if you are under the age of 13, then you need admission of parents or your legal guardians. So just sign their name, or they have to sign their own name, and then their contact information, and then the consent, you just have to check mark that off. And then read the agreement on collecting personal information, agree to that as well, write the date, your name, and then also your signature. That can be a digital one, or you can, I don't know how else you do it, you could like drop an image of your signature. We're back on the website because I want to show you guys the FAQ as well, so let's just click onto their Instagram. And so this is their PNATION Audition Instagram. If this doesn't look the same to you, you're probably looking at the normal PNATION one instead of the audition one. So just make sure you've got the right one. So this is the Korean FAQ, and this is the English FAQ. So it pretty much says everything I repeated. So there's no need for me to translate, but that's okay. Next. Okay, so it says, what are the mandatory qualifications and or limitations for applying? Your nationality, ethnicity, age, gender, whatever. So they're open to all, but some sporadic auditions held may have specific qualifications. So please be sure to check the notice of each audition. So you know how companies have one main audition and then they might have like side ones. So let's say SM has their normal weekly, monthly one, but then sometimes they also have other special ones as well. So that's kind of what they mean. So just check it. But for this specific one, which is going on, so it doesn't matter what all of these things are. And then it says, are the limitations to the number of times we can audition? No, there's no such limitations. However, please note that if you send the same exact email multiple times for the same audition, it may cause confusion in review process. Therefore, we recommend one email/application for single audition. So what this means is don't spam the same exact thing over and over again. If you were to say, let's say you think you've significantly improved since the last month, or you say, I don't know, you've changed a lot from the last month in terms of your skills, your visuals, whatever that may be, then maybe you could apply definitely with a different song or even with a different category if you feel that another category will suit you better. But don't spam them. You're probably going to be in their spam list, not even in their control, just on Gmail. It might go to that as well. And then it says, when and how will the results be notified to applicants? We will contact those who have passed the audition individually within 2 weeks from the date of submission. So probably through the email that you sent, it'll like tell you if you passed or not. Can I apply as a team? Applicants may apply as a team, but please note that as auditions will be processed individually, not all members of a team may be selected. Obviously, this makes sense. I don't really recommend auditioning as a team. It's kind of pointless, and if you were to show your best skills, then doing it alone is your best choice and your best bet. Next, where can I find the audition information? Well, we just talked about that. And you can contact them at audition@pnation.com or on the KakaoTalk channel, so you can add their @ on KakaoTalk. And then it says, do I have to use the MR/instrumentals to apply for the auditions? Applicants can also apply without MR/instrumentals as a cappella. You know what I always say, guys, do not use instrumentals or MR, which is basically the same thing as instrumentals, just with like backing music. I do not recommend that. How can music producers apply? Please send us a copy of your portfolio, including demos and lyrics. Will passing the audition mean that I become a trainee immediately, or will there be any training fees? Okay, so they're really getting deep into this stuff. I actually kind of appreciate how they included all this information, just because a lot of companies try to hide that, I guess, or just not share it, just because not like that company is bad if they don't share that information, but most of the time it's unclear what's going to happen in the future. But anyway, let's read. Once you pass the first round of online auditions, you will be asked to come in for another in person at PNATION. So this is honestly the normal process. Usually after an online audition, they ask you for a one-on-one Zoom or an offline audition. So only those who have passed the final round of auditions will have the opportunity to participate in our training program. So there may also be like other processes along the way. Oh, that's kind of disappointing. I thought they were actually going to talk about training fees, but they literally did not mention that, but whatever. Can I apply for more than one category? Oops. Oh, I lied there. So yes, you can, but you know what I always say, I don't recommend that you do that, because you just need to focus on one thing. And just because you do one category over like 4, let's say, that's not really giving you much of a benefit, because let's be honest, you're probably not going to be perfect and ideal to them in all 3 or 4 categories. Can I use a musical instrument when I sing? Yes, you can, but if you play the instrument while you sing, please make sure your voice can be heard clearly and loudly over the instrument. So obviously this makes sense. However, I personally don't recommend your instrument, because you want to focus mainly on your singing, and that might distract them from actually hearing your voice like they said. So where can I download it? Well, we just talked about that. And then, can applicants visit PNATION in person? So first round of auditions will not be held in person. Please apply through the online audition process. So I actually get a lot of questions like this too, like, are there any offline auditions going on in Korea? And while I might understand that you guys want to try and look for offline auditions because they do give you a better bet, a lot of them are closed currently just because of the COVID situation, and it seems like not a lot of them are getting better. So like, your best bet would be like entering into K-pop academies, offline ones obviously in Korea, but even if then, you're probably realistically not going to do that. Next thing, do I have to go to Korea if I pass the first round of online auditions? Girl, oh my god, she literally sends so many texts. Anyway, due to the fact that circumstances will vary per auditionee, we will inform those who pass individually with directions. So it'll vary, like I said, circumstances always change depending on the situation. Will applicants receive any notice once the application has been submitted successfully? No, we'll only contact those who pass the online auditions individually. So a lot of people seem to have a problem with the SM audition, that they didn't really give like a, oh, this is submitted successfully kind of email. I think the only one who actually does that is JYP. No other company really takes their time out of the way to like say, oh, we've gotten the email, and that's like a lot of work. Imagine how many emails they get. Obviously, JYP's website is set differently where it's just automatic, and a lot of people think, oh, I passed. No, sorry. They just got your email. That's it. Okay, are auditionees required to speak Korean? No, it is not a requirement. However, we prefer basic level of Korean language skills. Well, obviously they do. That's for any other company. So start up on your Korean lessons, guys. Check out my playlist, guys. More episodes are going to come, I promise. Okay, next question is, can other people view my application or video when applying for online auditions? Only PNATION and casting and training team have access to the audition application and video you send. So you don't have to worry about it being shared to anyone else. And you can also read their privacy policy. And how can I modify the application form after it has been submitted? If correction and or revision is required, please send revised application again. But there really shouldn't be no changes because you checked it again, right, guys? Is parental consent required to participate in the auditions? Participants under the age of 14 must confirm parental consent in the application form, as I told you guys earlier. So, can I put on makeup in my audition video? It's fine as long as it's not too much, but like I said, or like I always say, guys, these are all repeating questions that I've answered, so you really shouldn't put on too much makeup. I honestly just recommend the bare minimum where it's almost like, oh, really? You have makeup on? Like you can barely tell, like that kind of thing. Okay, so the last question, question 20, there was actually quite a few questions. Must the audition video be taken in a practice room or a studio, or can we film from home? What a lame question. Obviously, any location works. Okay, so that is it for the P Nation audition tutorial plus the FAQ. So as I already said, make sure to check out my playlist for more audition tutorials like this. Do you guys like these bracelets, guys? I'll give you a bit of a close-up. So the first one here is kind of like this translucent pink one. And then here I have this green one. It's kind of like an earthy vibe. I love the mint color to it. So if you guys are interested in these bracelets, I recommend that you check out Kinka Jewelry. You can use my code Irene for 30% off. That's a significant amount. So I'll leave that link in the description as well. And thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to comment down this emoji if you made it until here, and I'll see you guys in the next video.